Butser Ancient Farm in Chalton sees thousands of schoolchildren each year learning a little about history. And this week they also got a chance to see a blacksmith at work. So our reporter Shan Robins went along to find out more about this ancient craft.
On average, 300 children a day are brought along to Butser Ancient Farm from schools both local to Hampshire and the Isle of Wight and further afield such as Kent and Devon.
We're an archaeological research site and we see ourselves very much as an educational site, education in the very widest sense. So yes, they come because they want to learn about life in the past. They want to come and find out how people, what their life might have been like if they'd been a Stone Age person or an Iron Age person or a Roman or even a Saxon.
The skills of the blacksmith are linked to the Iron Age, about 3,000 years ago.
Being able to manipulate metal and various sorts of metal was really, really important. And when you go right back, the Iron Age is called the Iron Age because that was a time when iron was used to make sharp blades. And discovering iron must have been an amazing thing because you get iron from a rock. And who looks at a rock and thinks you can get some metal from it? So that in itself is amazing. And then to be able to see how it can be manipulated to make something that would change lives, being able to make your tools and your weapons out of iron made such a difference to people. It made their tools particularly last so much longer. And the thing that I think of all the time is the rim on a wheel, because before that wheels were made of wood and didn't last very long, especially on our ground here, which is stony with flints, and they break up quite quickly. Whereas if you can put a metal rim, an iron rim around your wheel, that will make that wheel last so much longer and do a better job. And the same with a plough. If you put a metal tip on your plough, an iron tip, that plough would do a so much better job. It would last so much longer, which means your everyday life will be better because you're not spending so much time repairing things and remaking things that have worn out very quickly.
Blacksmith wears as a specialism as a swordsmith and a passion for using original techniques. Here he's crafting an all-in-one Viking knife.
When you look back in history, I think there's lots of little secrets when you're looking at how they make stuff, and you're looking at the hammer marks. I think the modern way of doing things, there are modern techniques, but if you go back and you use these traditional techniques, like how the Saxons used to twist their metal to get these beautiful patterns in them when they did pattern welded swords, and I think if you do enough research and you look at some of the really old sort of stuff that's been found, and you can see how amazing these blacksmiths were back in the day. And to be honest, we're still trying to unlock the secrets, of how they used to do some of this stuff. But yeah, I think it's just nice to step back in time.
One of the items Wes has made for Butser's museum is a weapon believed to be introduced by the Romans, known as a calthrop.
They used to throw them out in front of their lines so any oncoming soldiers would tread on them, and they kind of started off anti-personnel mines. So they're although it's quite a simple thing, it's kind of changed the face of warfare in some respects because it was the introduction of the anti-personnel mine.
This is Shan Robins for That's Solent.